I think what I'm going to try to do today is just film everything, and then we can... I would look over that way a bit. Wish the selfie pole was a little bit longer. Can we see you? Just stay right there. No, 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 no. Hey, brother. Beijing towers. Thank you. Thanks, boys. I think it's gonna clear up.
Those are famous last words. It's like a little sprinkle.
Now, we're not in Cuba right now. We are in Barbados. Cuba's offline. We could still go there if we'd like to, but it's complicated.
Yeah.
So for us, we're coming to a place that we're familiar with, just like Cuba. Kind of feels like home when we come to some of these places in the islands.
Yeah.
Now, I think Cuba has just a soft spot in so many Canadians' hearts and souls because A, it was an easy destination to get to. It was very peaceful. It's got beautiful history.
Yeah, and it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
It's affordable, right, for a lot of people.
And the Cuban people were friendly. And it was safe. Now, we've visited Cuba so many times. I believe in the last 2 years alone, I was there for close to 60 trips.
I think so.
So for tourists, I made so many great videos for people to plan their tropical destinations. So now we have to go to other places.
We gotta pivot.
Me?
Yes.
4 years.
Okay. I recognize you. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's only a 3.5 hour flight out of Toronto. And the pricing on Cuba was always so dramatically lower than any other tropical destination that we could go to.
Right.
Let's talk about some of the things that we're gonna miss. The beaches. That's one of the reasons that Jenny and I were drawn to the island. Is the raw beauty of the beach, isolation of some of the beaches,
The color of the ocean.
the white sand,
Yeah.
and at low season you could have it to yourself sometimes.
Virtually.
And it was un-Americanized.
Yeah.
There was no fast food chains there. You
Immersed yourself right into the culture because you had to.
And what you had is what you enjoyed. And if you're like us, we actually enjoyed pretty much anything that they offered us.
Right. And I think if you're a lover of Cuba, that
You
had
understood
to love
that.
stuff. Yeah, you had to be a part of
And
that.
I think that's why people did love it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that were just not selfish, they were just easy to go with the flow, and they embraced it
Yeah.
for what it was, not for what they wanted it to be.
So true.
Now, pre-COVID, at one point there was almost 1 million Canadian tourists going to Cuba a year.
Yeah.
So a lot of those people made deep connections
Yeah.
with locals, workers, and they fell in love with the country.
Yeah. And now that it's offline, it's those people are really missing it. Even if you didn't have plans to go to Cuba, people are missing the idea of being able to go, right? You don't have that option anymore.
And now that Cuba's offline, other options have become really expensive.
Yeah.
So Cuba, for a lot of Canadians, was that one option that actually fit in your budget.
Yeah, it was affordable, and you could maybe even go more than once.
Yeah, a lot of people I ran into went many times.
Yeah, or for long stays. But sometimes you just don't know how good you have it.
Until it's gone.
Until it's gone. It's true. When you don't have the option of going to Cuba, you really miss it. Hot sauce is hot.
Hot sauce is hot, and if you like hot, guess what? Ask them, they'll give it to you.
But
And if not, you need more of these. Just trying to figure out, what does Cuba 2.0 look like? Will it be the same as we know it,
yeah,
or used to know it?
Back there? Will we get back there?
Yeah. Will it be the same, or will it have an American twist to it?
Yeah.
And I think that's the anxieties that's going through everyone's mind right now as we wait to see how news unfolds of what is going on there.
That's a good way to put it. It's the unknown, right?
It is the unknown.
And it does make people a little anxious and worried that the old Cuba won't prevail. So,
And then maybe I won't be making videos there on resort reviews. Is that the end of it all? We don't know.
We don't
But
know. We're trying not to worry ourselves. We're just trying to pivot.
Yeah.
Do something different and do something engaging that you guys will want to follow and watch and come along. So
yeah. Now we are on an island that can be very expensive.
Can be.
But it doesn't have to be, and our channel's not changing.
No.
It's still about work less, travel more. That's what we always want to do at Finding Fish. And just because we're on an island that seems expensive, because people will always think and they will always read headlines that it's most expensive island, but it doesn't have to be.
We're doing it differently. We're actually not doing a all-inclusive resort. We're doing an Airbnb, and it's literally a tiny little villa just for
It's called
Mike and I.
Palm Cottage.
Yeah.
And I think it runs
bedroom.
between $125 and $150 per night. But we do not need to have a car. We can take the buses everywhere, and we have restaurants, and we have the Massey Superstore right close to us.
Walk everywhere. And
So-
it's a great, safe little neighborhood.
Safe is the key here, because we do know Cuba is probably one of the safest tropical destinations in our hemisphere. Barbados is fairly safe too, especially in the neighborhood that we are in. So safety is always going to be key.
Yeah.
It's going to be price, it's going to be culture, and it's going to be the ease of getting around, and that's why we're here in this area.
Yeah. And we're just going to share it with you.
This is what our pivot looks like. We're in a totally different tropical destination, still trying to do value for money, showing beautiful beaches, beautiful sands, but we're not at an all-inclusive.
No, we're not.
You know, for us to get here, it took about $7 US by a bus. Beers are $3.50 US, so that's about 5 Canadian. And then this is our real estate. And so from now until Cuba comes back online, this is probably going to be the videos that it's going to look like for now. Some people have come up to me and said, "You're giving up on Cuba." It's you know, I think people just have to really be rational about what's happening right now, and to
Give it some time.
To go to a country that needs to have some things sorted out. I want to make sure that that country does what it can do that, and I don't need to be interfering with that. We have a lot of friends still there. People reach out to me every single day and every single week. But right now, for us, this is probably what it might look like. So I think the smart thing for Jenny and I is to keep on moving, keep on going to tropical destinations, and any destination, and keep on creating videos like we do, like value for money.
Travel more, work less.
And sometimes I know it seems like it can be expensive, but guess what? watch our next video.
Yeah, do
We're
it.
showing you exactly how we can do it. Oh, I want to say a special thanks to all our subscribers. We're almost at 30,000.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to say a special thanks to all our Patreons that still support us.
Thank you
you
so
very
much.
much. It really
Amazing.
does help us out.
It does.
And when Cuba does open up,
We'll
we're
be
probably
there.
going to be on the first flight back. Like, subscribe, follow. Guess what? We'll see you in the next video.